What's it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? What's it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? What's it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? What's it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? There are 13 energy centers in and outside of your body, below your feet and above your head. They're called your chakras. Your chakras govern your reality. They make your life happen. They're fueled by your subconscious thoughts, your life force, your action, sexual energy that exists in all of us, creating from the vibration that flows within us. Constant, consistent creation, directed by the choices that we make. You have the right to be who you're supposed to be, so what's it gonna be? You are the master of your vibration. Feed your mind for elevation. There is no time for contemplation. The time is now. So what's it gonna be? It is definitely that time. And it is definitely time for us to know exactly what it's going to be. Hola, everybody. Welcome to Master Vibration 13 Self-Healing Practice Sessions. Today is September 17th, 2021. Our topic for this evening is Survival 2021. Are you ready? Hola, Solution.
Hola, hola.
I didn't write down...
Survival, are you ready?
I didn't write down a whole bunch of stuff today because I have it all in my mind. The things that I want to talk about.
Spitting from the dome.
One of the things that I want to say, first of all, Kyla Ache, sending love and high vibrations. She's on her journey off to her travels. And so we're wishing her good travels.
Yes.
So I learned today that in Texas, Texas got a lot going on. They just passed the law now that women, in order for women to get an abortion, it has to be up to 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, you cannot do it. It is illegal, and anyone that is involved in aiding or helping, they're going to be persecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So it was just really interesting to me that, this is also a state that's saying, everybody has their right to no vaccine and,
right.
All these different things, but a woman doesn't have a right to her body. That's a problem. There's also, they don't have medical marijuana there, medical cannabis. You cannot use cannabis in that state. It's illegal. So with, we have somebody that uses it, well, me too, but you know what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
That's not an option for Lucas to, for his medication. So, and then I hear that, because, I'm not really into the politics. I don't really know what's going on, but I heard that, what's his name? Newsom. Yes, that he ain't going nowhere. And then we were at the gym today, and I see Larry Elder on a video, on a commercial for some S-Quick something that you could buy for like $19. And it immediately came to me. They bought that motherfucker off. They were like, because I heard that he conceded. So it's not like he even really tried. I guess he said he was going to be coming back, but now he's got this commercial that they're going to be funding. It takes a lot to put a commercial on, mainstream television. So for me, I just saw that. I was like, that's interesting. So now he's still kind of like in there. And I already knew that he was an actor. I seen him somewhere. I know this man is an actor. I don't know. I looked him up on IMDb and I didn't see anything but like one thing. But I know that he's an actor, and it don't even matter because that's how that world functions anyway.
What kind of actor?
I don't know. Just like an actor. I don't think he's done anything. I mean, I just remember seeing him. Well, I definitely remember seeing him.
He was a central casting, and he was a background.
It's possible that that could have been right when I seen him. Shoot.
But don't have no credits.
Nope. Or maybe they took the credits out when they decided they were going to use him to run for.
Why would they do that? I mean, Ronald Reagan, they don't really hire people being Hollywood.
Look, everybody plays their role. Newsom wasn't going to go nowhere. Anyway, this is all hypothetical. This is all my thoughts, right? So what if they just said, we're going to hire an actor to come play this role and come do this. They're not going to win anyway. We'll set him up with a little bit of this, a little bit of that, keep him in our pockets because we already know he could be bought. You know what I'm saying? And so just to keep everything going the way that they want it to go, because all of this has already been decided and designed. Everybody is just playing their parts, and humanity, the people, the masses, are giving their energy to wherever it is that they are focused on, whatever it is that they're believing in. That's how they're being used. And so you have people. Okay, so now we know that this second wave, according to virus expert
Fauci,
the other one. The virus expert that does computer operating systems.
Oh, Bill Gates?
Yeah, the one that's using computer operating system technology with vaccine. In my world, in my mind, that's how I see it. So this second wave that people are predicting, that people are already prepared for, the first wave, what happened last year was just, let's just see what happens. We're going to get them ready. We're going to get them ready for the program. We're doing the program, but we're getting them ready for new programs. Put on the mask, take off the mask. The mask works, the mask don't work. Anybody that has any common sense and has done any research on their own have figured out that if you're going to be wearing a mask to protect yourself from a virus, it's going to look very different than the masks that are available to the masses right now. So all of that is mind control. All of that is programming. All of that is getting us to participate and to, to consent. To consent. And so people are concerned about what is happening with the people that are coming from Afghanistan. And so word on the block, and the block is Ola Naturi. The block is Clubhouse, and Clubhouse is a platform that's connecting people, and people are talking, and they're talking in the midst of all of this revolution that's going on right now. So the Afghans are coming to replace the people that are going to be walking away from their corporate jobs, from hospitals, nurses, doctors. They've already been, and this was said not just by someone on Clubhouse, but an Afghan person from Clubhouse that says that she's Afghani.
Right.
And so she said that the people that they have been bringing in have been allies of the United States that have been working with them when all of this stuff was going down before. So there were planes going out every 45 minutes to the United States, different places, and they were not being put in like shelters. They were placed in housing. They were placed comfortably because they're here to take over. All of the people that are walking out that are saying no to the vaccine, that are saying I'm not going to do it, they're going to be replaced. And that is why people need to, and it's a wonderful thing that's happening. And I know that a lot of people don't get it. I mean, I know that a lot of people don't get it because if you go to not just Clubhouse, but any platform that's available now. You either got the people that are, completely distracted, that they're just TikToking and dancing and showing you, little moves and stuff and getting your attention that way. And then you got, all platforms or any place that is going to take your energy away from yourself. It is available to you all over the internet. And so, Clubhouse is just one of those places. But whenever you go into the internet, you're getting the same vibe. You're getting the same kind of the things that are happening in the news are happening on social media. Right. The social media is talking about, COVID, vax, no vax, black, white, all this. I just got sent a video today, and I'm going to tell you guys what the video is. I'm definitely going to put this video on in our videos, and Ebony sent me this video. The video is Dr. Edward W. Robinson and Calvin Robinson book The Journey of the Songhai People, DNA. This is such a powerful video where he talks about he talks about how the DNA of all the people in all over the world, mm-hmm. and the different strands. And I just heard it one time, so I'm totally paraphrasing. But the one thing that I remember is that the Anglo-American or the Anglo being, mm-hmm. They have 6 DNA, and then the black people, melanated beings, have a 9. So that's why we have been able to survive through absolutely everything that has ever happened, because we were the beginning. We were, everything is from this 9. And they go in with the proof. They go in with the information was copywritten. And it was copywritten and bought by some society. And again, all of this information is in the video. And he shows the book. He shows the information. But you can't get the book because it's copywritten by this group of scientists for the science of humanity or something like that. Mm-hmm. So they meant to keep the information away from the people on who we are. They meant to keep the information from us. And right. So they know why we excel in sports, we excel in entertainment, we excel in absolutely everything. And that's because of our, that book that we paid for, that we bought about the mitochondria and all of that stuff. All of that is part of who we are and the proof of who we are, which also shows that we are the natural beings of this land. Our ancestors are constantly trying to give us, not trying, they're constantly giving us that information so that we can claim back our land, so that we can live unbothered and do what we're supposed to do. But people cannot come to that information. Can you put that top on there, please, for me? People cannot come to that information until they come to themselves. Once they come to themselves, they're going to be guided exactly on where to go to do, whatever it is that they need to do to plant their feet on who they are and knowing what is their birthright and fighting for that with all of the support of all of the realms and all of the nations and all of the worlds that are on that same frequency that will fight with you to make sure that you get what is yours. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people, there's so many people that are wanting for somebody else to tell them who they are, somebody else to fight for them, somebody else to protect them, and it's like that. None of that is necessary because we all have that already within us. And when we unlock those doors, when we open up those channels, when we align those chakras, all of that truth, all of that information, all of that protection, all of everything that we need comes to us. And then we are just lifted and taken completely into a whole nother world where we're going to exist in our sacred spaces, in our organic, natural ways of being without being bothered. Because we are going to be, We are in a frequency that is elevating us to a space where this low vibrating energy is not able to exist there. And it doesn't mean that we are going to leave the flesh. It just means that we're going into a place of high vibrational balance. And that means that we're able to access this low vibration. This is just like when we go into the clubhouse, and I know Solution hasn't really spent a whole bunch of time in there, but when you go into the clubhouse, you're gonna, just by the titles of the rooms that they're in there, you're going into a room that's saying COVID vaccine, the reason why you should take the vax. If you go into that room, you already know what kind of energy you're stepping into. And so you can read the titles and you can know exactly what you're stepping into. If you're a person who is not grounded, you will go in there, you come out ready with a vax. You come out ready to get your vaccine and tell all your people. If you're a person that is grounded, you can go in there, you can see the room, and you could, your presence, when you walk in that room, people see your logo, whatever it is that you got. Whoever is interested in your energy, just your vibe, you don't even have to get on the platform and speak. Your presence and your energy is enough. They see you, they'll peep you out, they'll look at your links, where to find you, and they'll connect with you. You can use that platform and never say a thing. And this is exactly how it is in the world. So just because the neighbors are, doing what they're doing and you live in the same block, it doesn't mean that you have to participate. You don't have to be there. Your world, your mind is your world. And whatever your mind is creating, the reality is going to soon follow. So if you are in a place where your neighbors are acting up or they're not in a right, situation, stay on your frequency and you're going to be moved out of that place, or your neighbors are going to be moved out of that place. That's a guarantee, 100%. So, and this is why everybody is not experiencing the same thing. And we don't want to fall into that space of, oh, the world is falling. It's terrible. COVID is killing people. I have so many people that have died. At this point, everybody that has died of COVID. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. If you look deeper into it, you're going to see that there are underlying issues. There are other reasons. There are things that people have been consuming via mouth, via eyes, via ears, via skin, via shots, via whatever. But there's a deeper reason. It's not, we can't continue to think that whatever they're telling us, that that's what it is, because that's what it's not. Whatever they are saying, it is the complete opposite. And this is why we have to move away from it. That's why the lines have been drawn, and there's no time for that. Look, there are people that are already programmed, and myself included, programmed that already at this time, the stocks in the Kleenex and the toilet paper and the paper towels, all that shit is going up. So it's not even a thing of, oh my gosh, there's lack. No, it's a thing that they've already made an agreement, that they've already scared the motherfuckers into doing whatever they want them to do. And this is the paper toilet season. This is the toilet paper season. That's what it is. So you're going to find it hard. The Costco's and everything are already saying one limit per person, one. And it's not about buying into it. It's about saying, all right, y'all been doing this. There's some people that have been already prepared for that and have already been stocking up. Not so much because we're afraid of the lack of it, because nobody wants to be standing in no line for a whole motherfucking day to get some daggone toilet paper. So it's not about, it's about being able to move around the matrix the way that you need to get what you need so that you can continue to do what you do. This is a great season that's coming up. So yes, gather your things, gather all of the things that you're going to need for your hibernation season. And please know that there is a hibernation season that happens in the study group. And anyone that is a subscriber, a paying subscriber, because we do have some people in the study that are, that have been sponsored, and I do appreciate you and I do love you, and I know some people don't even talk at all, so I don't, I don't even know. But those that are paid subscribers, during our off time, you will be receiving either a mini chi generator, or you'll be receiving something new that I have been making. The last couple of days, I spent the whole 2 days. I got the message that I was supposed to be creating. And I knew that I was going to be creating, wasn't exactly sure what I was going to create. And so that's what I did for the past 2 days. That's what I've been doing. And so I think that I'll be turning off, not I think, I will be turning off the connection on September the 28th, the 29th, the 29th. The 29th will probably, I still don't know what day. I think that's on a Wednesday. So that'll be our last Wusa Wednesday, our send off for the whole month of October, possibly November as well. We'll see how it goes. Of course, we're still going to be in touch, but there's not going to be anything live because I'm going to be focusing on what we're building and what we're doing and what's happening. And there's some big stuff happening. So, and that's for everybody. So if it's happening for me, that means it's happening for y'all too. That means that we have to take this time and stay ready. Use the time to catch up on any of the podcasts that you have not checked out. I will be tapping into the Clubhouse. I will be tapping into the Clubhouse periodically. I'm not going to have a schedule with that, but I will be in there periodically, and I know some of you guys are going to be in there, so I will be connecting to whoever has anything going on in there. We follow each other. You guys are encouraged to create rooms from the Infinionaire Syndicate. Whatever you guys are talking about from the Infinionaire Syndicate, either Solution or I, or both of us, or one of us, will be present to support you in what conversations you guys are having over there. It's a very powerful time. I say this all the time, and I think that I'm going to continue to say it and continue to talk about the amplification of the energy that's happening and the power of this time. I definitely encourage you guys to get those of you that are making orgone devices, get at me. Let me know who is making orgone devices, because your work is going to be needed as we move forward. So, Survival 2021 is all about knowing what to do. You have your meditation. That's primary. That's absolutely primary what you need. Everybody in this group already has orgone energy batteries or orgone energy devices. If you do not have any, then definitely get at me. I definitely plan on doing another orgone session where we do an informational, and you guys could get some of what I'm going to be creating. But what you can't worry about anything. Like, I know that some people are newly fresh to the side of, I just got released from work, or some of you guys are still one leg into corporate, and that's not going to be long. That's not gonna happen for long, because the line has been drawn and they're coming. It's really interesting because now I understand how on the Matrix, you remember where all the agents are coming and it's like they start just kind of swallowing you up. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what's happening. Like, you can't escape it. If you're there, you can't escape it. It's going to get you. It's not this procrastination and people thinking, oh, I'm going to go to the law and I'm going to have them sign this paper and tell them to tell me. All of that is just time wasters. If you take that time that you would spend trying to do affidavits and trying to get them to listen to your plea of your religion and why you shouldn't or you can't take the vaccination or the shot, the jab, whatever they're calling it. If you take that same amount of time, look, I'm gonna even tell you, cut that in half. You take half of the time that you would take in doing all that work and trying to get them to give you something, and just meditate and go into yourself and call on your ancestors, call on God, whatever you want to call that source. You call on that and you start visualizing what it is that you want for yourself. You start saying what it is that you want for yourself. You're going to have a different experience, but you have to do it. And I already know that this group, I say that because I know that some have just come, those of you that have been here for maybe just a month or two. It's brand new, but it's not, because you're here and you're still caught up. You're all caught up. If you're here, you are all caught up. So this Survival 2021 depends upon where you are, where your vibration is, where your energy is. What are you fascinated about? Where's your mind? Where is your mind? Because that's where you're going to be. It is all possible. You are infinionaires. There is nothing that is impossible for you. You must align yourself with it. Aligning yourself means grounding, meditation, doing your work. Your spiritual work is your dancing, your singing, your praying, you're spending time with your family, you're loving, you're learning about yourself. All of that is your spiritual work. How do you function? How do you operate? What do your chakras do? What is it when your throat hurts? What energy center does that belong to? Let's talk about the children. The children is important because one of the things that I did in this session of healing, of making batteries, was I came up with little tiny pieces, but they're very powerful little tiny pieces for these little bodies that are coming in now that are needing this energy. They need this energy. This is nothing about, oh, but I don't believe in that, or, but look, let me tell you what is being put on to the planet by way of the nanotechnology that's being used through the chemtrails that are still being sprayed, through the computer that's coming out of your systems. How many babies are we not seeing with the computers in their hands? How are you protecting your children from your iPhone, from the television, from the power lines? How are we doing that? So we have to be more conscious and more aware and stop thinking about, oh, this is a belief system and my belief system says that I can't do that. Look, if you got to put some crystals in your baby's diaper, do whatever you must do to keep your children protected from what's going on, because they're very sensitive to the energy. And let me tell you, they are protected. This is not so anybody could be scared. This is not so somebody could be like, oh my gosh, if I don't have this right now, oh, my baby's gonna. No, none of that. You're getting the information now, so now you just move on it. And even if you don't move on it, things are being done in your favor to protect you and to keep you in the best space possible. However, your part is the major role because you are the master. So what happens is you have ancestors, the divine, God source, everything you could imagine, they're all around you all the time, right? And you're saying, oh, I want this, here it is, I got it. But they're standing there because the moment that you say, oh, but I don't think I deserve that, or I ain't shit, or, then they're like, well, so it is. They take, they're holding it for you, but it's not until you say, Ache, I receive it, and I take it back. You do not have to say Ache. I say Ache because it is the language of my ancestors. And so that's why I say that. So you find what is the language of your ancestors, because culture is absolutely 100% important in this survival. Your ancestors are all there letting you know all about it. And so going back to this, so your ancestors, divine guidance, all of this energy is around. What you command first is you're commanding it, and it's not just what you say, it's in your vibration. But the moment you begin to doubt it, then it is all retrieved again by the ancestors. They hold it back. Because you're saying again, no, I don't want it. It's not that they're taking it from you. It's that your energy and your vibration in saying that you don't believe in yourself or that you don't think you could have it, your belief, you're the master. So you're the God creator. So you're saying that's what it is. And so they're saying, and so it is. So if you keep doing that back and forth and the whole thing, here's the beauty of it. They're not going to get tired of being there for you. They're not going to get tired. The universe is always going to respond to your vibration. So understand that it is always responding to you. It is always responding to us, except for we don't have the capacity to see that what is happening to us is in response of our body's vibration and what our dominant thoughts are and what we're most frequently spending time on. That's what we're getting. That's what we're getting back. Hola, everyone. Hola, Sade. Hola, Naturi. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. I'm so happy for you and all that's happening for us all. Ache, yes, for us all, absolutely. Sade says, I know I miss a lot of the lives, but I definitely catch up. Ache, ache, ache. I'm glad that you catch up. I missed out on the Infininaire Syndicate meeting. We didn't have a total official Infinionaire Syndicate meeting. I'm gonna keep having those on. Okay, so what you want to definitely do, you want to go to the Infinionaire Syndicate group here on Master Vibe in the study group, and that way I know anybody that's in the Infinionaire Syndicate group. I know that when I'm ready to really talk about it, then those are the people that I'm going to be in contact with. And some of you guys have been with us for the long haul with this. So, y'all already know how we get down. And some of you guys, already know what the plan is in terms of the Cell Center and how that is evolving and what's happening with all of those different things. But we're definitely getting into that space now where we're seeing each other. So we are going to be having a meeting coming up in Southern California at the end of the month. I know that some people are going to be meeting in Texas. Some people are going to be meeting in Atlanta. So we're definitely gonna stay connected. Even if I'm not online, y'all already know how to get at me. 818-233-5776. That is the number for you guys to have. I always connect on on text. So check this out too. Now that I'm thinking about it and I'm thinking about you guys, it's a very serious time. And I just want to send out love and high vibrations to Terrence, because Terrence hasn't been coming to Study Vibe anymore. I usually don't, this is not, I will say, it would be unprofessional for me to speak about someone else's situation here, and I usually don't do that. I usually don't. If somebody chooses not to be here anymore, then they go, and so that's what we do. But the kind of energy that we shared with Terrence and his connection to us, it makes me feel like he's just not able to right now for whatever reason be with us. And so I always want to send him love and send him energy and send him ache. And, even the people that choose to go another direction, that doesn't mean that they're not part of us anymore. So we always send love. We always send love to wherever you guys decide to go and whatever ways you guys decide to move. We honor that. Everyone is having a different experience in these times. Everyone is. Everyone is having a different challenge. You can bet your bottom dollar that everybody is having a challenge, but the challenges are different. When people are prepared for certain things, they're disciplined and they practice, their challenge is gonna look a little different than someone who has never practiced, who has never prepared, who is just a baby waking up right now. That's a different space. And so at this time, a lot of us are going to be separating, and we're going to be separating to where we need to be, but we're always together, and this means in all areas, in all relationships. This means for those of you that have to separate from your parents, you have to separate from your husbands or your wives or your children, from your cousins, from your best friends, from the only connection, your dog, your cat, the only thing that you ever had, and you have to disconnect from it right now. You just have to do it. But just because you're disconnected from it in the physical, it doesn't mean that you are disconnected from it in your etheric, in your metaphysical, in your spiritual, in your soul. And those are the things that are eternal and everlasting. And those are the things that we can hold on to. And so it is so important for us to practice detachment and separation that the universe is forcing it upon us. Yes, people are dying. Yes, people don't agree with what we agree with. Yes, people don't see things the way that we see them. That's the way that it is. That's the way that it's going to be. That's the way that it's always been. Except for we were in a time before where people were allowed to fake it. People were allowed to wear the mask and the illusion was very heavy and nobody could see. But that time is over. And so now we see. And now we see the most important thing that we see is that we can't save nobody. And the only way that we can save people is by saving ourselves. And it's so interesting how selfish that sounds, to think about ourselves only, save ourselves, save ourselves. It sounds crazy because we've always heard our entire lives that we got to help other people, that we got to do it for other people. And that still applies because it's true. But you cannot do it backwards. You have to do it for yourself first. You got to do it for yourself first. Because if you don't do it for yourself first, you can't do it for nobody else. And it's been said in so many different ways. What is the one that everybody knows, especially in the Black community? If you can't love yourself, if you can't love nobody else, you can't love. No, if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. I've heard that in so many different songs. I can't think of any one of the songs right now, but you know what I'm talking about.
So you're saying it's opposite?
I'm saying that
if you can't love yourself,
you can't love anybody else. Yeah.
But that's in line with what you're saying.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
and so that I'm saying that, we have heard these messages all over. Please know this. This is very important because for a long time, being in can I get in on the Atlanta meeting? You will absolutely get in on the Atlanta meeting. I don't have a date for that yet, but you will definitely get in on that. What was I saying? Oh, this is very
You were talking about
important.
Loving yourself.
Yes.
And then being able to love others.
Yes.
You can't save yourself if you're drowning.
Absolutely.
That's all you do.
Yes. And then I was going to go on to the entertainment industry, and I realized why, all of that stuff is happening over there. And for a long time, I used to think about, when I started waking up to what that world was, I would do a lot of thinking of well, what about the good people? And there's a lot of good people that I like and that I love, but, they're part of Illuminati, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. There have been so many angels and forceful, powerful beings, powerful energies that have reincarnated themselves to these amazing Michael Jordans, Michael Jacksons, Jill Scotts, and all of the many, how anybody that you could think of, because we are eternal beings, so we continue to come back. So it's not a coincidence or a surprise. Oh, this person sounds like a young this or a young that, whatever. Even what's her name, that she came back white, but she came I didn't go to rehab. Amy Winehouse. She was a soul sister, and her voice. It's so funny because I always had this little joke that I used to say whenever I saw an Anglo person that sounded Black. I used to say they ate Black people, and all in jest.
Like
that was kind of like Get Out, right? And so it's just a testament to our inner knowing that we do incarnate. We reincarnate, and we reincarnate in whatever experience we need so that we could complete our mission of the evolution of our soul. So it could be Asian, like there's not, your name is Lee. You're not Lee. And of course, we know your father was adopted, all of these different things, right? But that Lee, you had to be Lee so that you can connect. Look, y'all, our children grew up believing that Bruce Lee was their cousin because Dad always said that was his cousin. But and the fascination with and I mean, look at your eyes. You have, it's that, you know what I'm saying? And all of that is not a coincidence. It's not just by happenstance. It's an indication of a life that you had in another lifetime. Your what is it? You're fighting, your passion for that. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. All of that is part of who you have been, before. And that's just, and you being good at it is just a confirmation of that. So all of these things are, when we get to that knowing and recognize what it is, you start to look at things really differently. But going back to the whole entertainment industry, so I always wondered why it was like that. And now I'm absolutely 100% clear of why it is everybody has to play their role. And so judgment was a gift that was given to us to not judge because of this. Because sometimes beings they have to play their role. I'm going to give you an example. Bill Cosby is a great example. People are judging him over, did he give the pills? Did he not give the pills? I have my own personal beliefs about that, my own idea about that. And I feel that everybody's grown. And if you're going into somebody's house and hours of the night and you're asking for this and you already know what you're going for. So everybody has to be accountable for the role that they play. Now, did he do some wrong things? Haven't we all? Have we not all done some wrong things? So the level of that wrongdoing is really none of our business. We were not there. It's not up to us. The laws of the universe, nobody gets away with anything. Karma is real. So everybody is going to get what they have, reap what they have sowed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for us to judge and to have this idea, it's really about taking what did this and the energy of this being, what did he bring to me? He brought me hope. He bought me, I saw people that look like me on TV. I saw pride. I saw black doctors and, I don't care, Illuminati, whatever rituals he did, that's none of my business. I don't know. I was not there. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly, yes, R. Kelly was a pedophile. Yes, there were people that were supporting that. Yes, all of those people are all dealing with the accountability that they have to take to that. Mm-hmm. I was not there. It is none of my business. I do not support that. No, I didn't buy the records. I mean, I wasn't feeling it like that, but I can't take away from what he did for some people. I believe I could fly, help people not commit suicide. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's so many things that come with humans, and the good, the bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's all part of our experience, and it is not up to anybody to decide or condemn somebody because of what now all of a sudden the light is being shunned on a mistake that they made, something that they did once, twice, 3 times, maybe 400 or 500 times, you know what I'm saying? But it's still none of our business, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to mind our own lives and mind our own minds and take the goodness that we can, that people have to offer, and, leave the rest. And, just give them love so that they can maybe transform that. We have to be, and I'm going to give you an example, and it's like,
I think Bruce Lee said, take what's beneficial and discard the rest.
Absolutely. So I'm going to give y'all something that happened to us recently. So we go to Costco. At Costco, we use the card. We use the ATM card. Real quick, I used it and put it back. I got home. About an hour later, I get a message from the bank asking if I went to a store and purchased something for $250, which they declined. And I said, no, I didn't do that. So I had to call them. And so I called them, and the lady, the bank lady, was just saying yes, and this is awful. And so I told her where they were. The people who had went to try to use the car, they went to Bel Air. Okay? So they went to Bel Air, and, when you really think about that, do you really think that person that did that was just trying to, they weren't trying to go to get some electronics and go get an iPhone and buy something. They went to Bel Air. Yeah. So I was telling the lady, because the lady was like, these people are, just so awful. And I told the lady, you know what? I said, I just hope that the people got what they needed to get and that they're able to get what they need to get, because I think they probably wanted food. And she was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice of you to do that. But she also explained, I see this fraud every single day over and over again, and I see what happens. So in her perception and her world, all she's looking at is negative, this fucked up, this is wrong, and you can't see, through that. The desperation of it. And so it all works hand in hand, like everything happens for a reason. First of all, Those happen with the bank. Banks have insurance. So if you know you didn't do something, don't lose your tail or have a cow over somebody swiping your card. That's what insurance is for.
The grocery stores throw away food all the time.
All the time.
It's so sad.
It's horrible.
Yes. That is, neglect.
Yes.
Or not abundance, or enough for, those who truly are in need.
And we didn't lose. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, I had to call them and everything, but I'm not tripping. I'm the master of my time, so I was able to do that. But everything happens for a reason. And all of that happened that day just so that I could talk to that lady.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that happened. And so that the people that got something, because they got $19.88, you know how you make sure that the card worked, right, before you make the bigger purchase. So you buy a little something. So I hope that what they needed, that they got what they needed, and that they continue to get what they need all the time.
It was going big.
But yeah. And so it's that, and I've been there. I know what it's like. I have used a bot EBT card before. I have had, to hustle for what I need to get. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, people get stuck on, for example, when people loot and do different things like that. And they always think that is because, people are greedy and they're lazy. Look, they're taking advantage. One, hell the fuck yes, you're going to take advantage. Two, it is also for making a point that this is all I can do. All I can do is fuck shit up, even if it's fucking my own shit up, because that's where y'all got me at. But see, we're past that. But I understand it, and I recognize why people have to go and do that. Like, I get it. But, let me see. Naturi? But it was a teaching opportunity for you to show the lady a different perspective. Exactly, Ache. I received that, and that's what I took it at, and I felt it in that moment when she said that, right. And I didn't judge her when she said that, because she was like, "This is all I see every day, all day, every day." So
I can see somebody seeing it all day, every day, even just from the point of where the economy and desperation is really been kicked up. Tenfold at this point. You got the pandemic wreaking its havoc on people's lifestyles and ability to attain. So, yeah, it has to be, like, incredibly frequent.
And that's why we don't want to worry about, all of these lessons that we've done in the past few weeks, they have been essential because it is exactly what is needed. There are going to be people out here that are desperate. There are going to be people out here that are scared. And if those people come into contact with us, then it is our duty, it is our position to uplift them in some way, whether it's giving them a roll of toilet paper, or giving them a prayer, or meditating with them, taking a breath, holding them, holding space for them in our mind. All of those things could be according to where we're at, because this does not mean just put yourself out there and start feeding the hungry and all this. It's energetically, you can give people so much more than physically. So let that be the first thing, because you have to, it is about self-preservation. And you're here to do so much more for humanity that it is of absolute importance that you take care of yourself, and you have no time for the ignorance. There is no time for ignorance. None. Not a second. Not a second. Naturi says, exactly, solution. So for our survival, the most important thing is to maintain your strength, maintain in your practice. I will absolutely recommend, and we are doing it in Southern California, Northern California, wherever we go. It is a physical fitness, is combat. Okay, like a lot of people want to work out. Yes, you want to get in shape. Look, that's nice. Get in shape. That's wonderful. You must pick up a self-defense trade, some kind of combat sport. I'm not saying this because, oh, get scared, people are going to come and whoop your ass. It's because the energy that comes from learning the discipline of combat and fighting, you exude the energy of knowing what to do. It's like a shield around you where people know not to fuck with you. And if they just so happen to want to fuck with you, you got hands. You have something to do. You have what is it?
Solution.
A solution. Yes, Poppy. You have a solution. So we're doing this. We're doing this live and in person. If you are in the Sacramento Bay Area, Oakland area, those areas, Stockton, Modesto, those areas, we're getting together with other combat fighters, people that recognize the importance of being able to have our children be able to defend themselves, our women be able to defend themselves, our husbands, our brothers, all of that. So it's not a thing of, I know that a lot of people are doing it like as a business and they want to, and all of that is part of it as well. But this is a necessity. It is a necessity. I'm going to say it one more time. It is a necessity. So I'm going to tell you this. Our daughter has been learning boxing since she was, since you started.
Yes.
Yeah. So, because that's when we all started. So, but, some people, they're not really interested in doing certain things. And, when we have our offspring, the way that we raise our children, we know that they're their own people. And we don't want to force things upon them. We want to give them options and opportunities. And so, she did have to learn the basics and know. And she had time where she did have to practice it. But when she became, she's now 23 years old. So now it's up to her if she wants to do it or if she doesn't want to do it. We're not going to say, do it. You have to want to do it. And so, she's a dancer. So she just likes to dance. That's her priority. And that's what she loves to do. And so today, I was letting her know that this is something that your father and I would really like for you to take more of an interest in. So, you talk to them just in a way where it's like, I ain't telling you to do it, but, we're your parents. We're kind of telling you it's going to make us feel better for you as an independent woman, as a single woman, to be out in the world. It makes us feel better to know that you could kick somebody's ass if you have to. So, for those that have the younger, because with our niece, she's 6 and she's getting it now and she's picking up and she's, and for her, it's not going to be, by the time that it is an option for her, well, she already definitely shows her desire to do it. She loves to do it. So, hopefully that'll stay with her older years. But to give your children and the people that you're around, not just your children, your parents. We're taking, Mom in Love to the gym tomorrow just to encourage people to be around that space, to recognize how important it is for you to have protection and to be able to defend yourself. There's no greater gift than that.
And I guess even if it doesn't, she don't, keep it going. Just the fact that she's got the skills, that basic fundamental knowledge is going to give her and maintain a level of confidence and, peace. It's like if something starts to go, to the left.
Yes.
Oftentimes people don't know what they're going to do in regards to having to defend themselves. So they totally exist in that fear. Mm-hmm. And it's just all bad. It might not even come to you.
Yeah.
Even if it come to you or don't come to you, you calm about it when you know the answers to the test.
And look at it like this too, because perspective is very important, and it's not just about, because I know I like to say beating people up. I say that a lot because that was, that's just me. But it's not about beating anybody up. I know for me as a woman, if a man, and it doesn't even have to be a man that's bigger than me, because men are stronger than women. And so if a man comes up to me and he, makes me feel like I got to defend myself, first thing I'm going to do is kick him in the ding dong, or I'm going to, kick him in the, uppercut him or hook him in the jaw. I'm going to try to knock this person out. I'm going to try to make this person out of breath, have to buckle over so that I can run. And this is why I run on the treadmill and I keep, my stamina going, because I'm not trying to be in a confrontation with no man. I'm not trying to do that. I want to be able to defend myself and get the hell out of Dodge. And it's like, and same thing with children, same thing with anybody. Even if you know how to fight, I don't think that that's a time to try to sit there and just be trying to fight with somebody. Because I can box, but I can't box no knife. I can't box no gun.
Right.
So but that energy that you exude when you have this knowledge, it puts you in a whole different place. Naturi says, I want to learn to shoot a bow and arrow. Me too. And see, those are some of the things that we want to be able to do. Like, look, the retreats that we have coming up that we're going to be doing with the people that are part of this, and being a part of this is not just about, you pay your dues. Being a part of this is being able to meet us at the frequency that we're at. And so some of the retreats that we want to do, we want to go to the shooting range. We want to go to shoot arrows, archery. We want to go kayaking, boating, doing all of the things that if we needed to do these things for survival, we want to be able to do that, or at least have somebody in the crew that can. And so this is our thinking for everything, just like even the simple things, like with cooking. One of our retreats, matter of fact, our introduction retreats definitely are going to have cooking. You got to learn how to cook and feed yourself, know what it is that you need to eat. And here's the thing, this is one that's I'm really excited about this one. Everyone, depending on where you come from, depending on your culture, depending on your teeth, depending on, your blood type, there's so many different variables as to, are you a vegan, are you a vegetarian, are you a herbivore, are you a breatharian, all of these things are very specific to the individuals. We live in a place where one person is doing this, everybody got to do it. This is the right way for me, so now it's the right way for everybody else. And that's just not the case. For me, I choose not to eat certain meats because I do eat fish sometimes, and I do eat, certain things. I don't eat red meat. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat anything that they've grown, and even though I guess they grow salmon and stuff like that. But, I have my picks of things that I do, but I'm also not a label. I stopped eating meat because I want to go to the restroom every single day. I want to go after I eat. I want to be regular. So I make choices for myself that work for me. I'm not trying to be somebody's anything. So what works for me, works for me. Will I ever eat meat or red meat or anything again? Right now I'm saying no, but if I feel like it, I just might. You know what I'm saying? It's like there is no limit to who we are and what we are. And there's also times where maybe I'll be a vegan and I'll do that for 5 or 10 years. And maybe my next 5 or 10 years, I'm going to try something else. Or you just never know, and you don't know. And that's why we just got to let go of all of these things and all of these ideas that other people have that they push on us because we saw it in a magazine, or they look good, so we got to do what they're doing. And that's the whole thing. You never know what a person's doing. Look at all these athletes that we think are, look at them. They're so fantastic. Look at it's so powerful what they could do. They're injecting shit all in their system all day long so that they could look creepy as hell and then die from the sickness that they get from all of the injections or whatever the hell else they put inside of them. And these are the same people that they hire to say, here, push this brand, or here, tell people to drink this water, or here, tell people to do this. And of course, in the world of programmed people, of zombies, we're all like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll take that. Oh, I'll do it because this person said this, so I'm going to do that. Look at what's happening now. And I'm not going to stay on this too long because we only got 3 more minutes left. But we went ahead and we watched Michaela. She recorded the VMA. Was that the VMAs?
Yes.
Okay. The VMAs. The VMAs were the most ratchetest thing you could ever imagine. They are completely 1 1,000% using sexual energy and the black woman and all of the melanin that they actually possibly could to program people. So because the Beyonce women, the people that had Beyonce fans, right? The Beyonce that are now mothers, they always thought Beyonce was okay and that was okay. So now who they come? Who is Beyonce's protege is now the Chloe girl that was on Grownish, that is on Grownish. Chloe Bailey, that's her last name, Chloe Bailey. And so now that's the new Beyonce. So much so, they don't even like try to hide it. Like Sasha Fierce is now inside Chloe Bailey. Same look, same sound, all of that is an energy, it's an entity, it's a spirit that has taken over this young lady. And not only does she take her over, it is an energetic entity, a spirit that takes on any young woman that will welcome this Sasha Fierce energy is going to take it on. And this woman is out there opening her legs and doing what they do. Like, I get it. I get all that. But everything has its place. And all of that sacred sexual energy that is being used, it is being with all of the people that are there receiving it, that are mindless, just giving their ache and their life force to it. The puppeteers are directing all of that energy to exactly where they want it to go. And that's how that shit works. So it goes on. Now it's Chloe, because Beyonce now, she's got children and she's, and the rituals just continue. You see it in the video. The video, Have Mercy, is full of ritualistic symbolic data. That was 2013 when people were doing those video breakdowns, symbolic. You had all the time in the world to figure out what they were doing. They've been doing it. They'll continue to do it. They're not stopping. So now it's just time for you to do what you're going to do. And what are you going to do? Are you going to continue giving them energy? Are you going to continue being like, oh, I can't believe they're doing that. Oh my gosh, did you see what they're doing now? Did you see what they're doing now? And I know that it may sound hypocritical because we just told y'all that we're telling y'all, did y'all see what they did? We didn't say, did y'all see what they did? We just told y'all that we saw it, and we're giving you information about it. But the point is that the focus and the way for survival of 2021 is yourself. Only you, in the physical, in the astral. It is the divine. It is your ancestors. It is, and those two things go first. Then come the physical connections that you have with people. So that all that energy, the spiritual and the physical, has to be married first, and you got to marry it. You got to do that. And then you can give energy to what's outside of yourself, to the people outside of yourself. And that in that way, when you are with the people that you love, you're giving them so much more. You're giving them infinite shit. Like, you're giving them infinite love. That is an everlasting love with no condition. You know what I'm saying? So if no one has anything else to share today, we're going to go ahead and close it out, because we're going to go ahead and continue to stay ready and celebrate this day and all of this magnificence that's happening in the world. Solution?
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
There it is. Adios, everyone. Oh, wait. You said something. Naturi says. Oh, wait. Oh, hola, Laura. Yes, basic survival instincts. Sache, that's what it is. Right, Laura? How to start a fire. Yes. I want to learn how. We're going to be that's going to be part of the retreats, because we love hiking and we love doing those things. So that's definitely going to be something that we do so that we could start a fire like on Survivor. I love watching Survivor. And so I'm going to learn how to start a fire with them little thanks. Okay. Naturi says, I was so effing disappointed in what I did see. I couldn't even watch that much, but what I did, I couldn't stand it. Yes, it was horrible. We just kept fast forwarding through everything and just kind of looking at everything, because we do have a daughter that, even though we are where we are, our daughter is still 23 years old, and she still likes that world, and you know what I'm saying? And it's like her coming into meditation and doing and participating as much as she does. We are so in love with that, but it's like she's got her own mind in her own world. So we at least like to watch with her so that we could talk about it. And yeah, she don't watch the whole thing either. She's just skimming it like we do, and we talk about it, and and are amazed by just what's happening in the world, and so excited because we know what's happening in the world. So thank you all so much for participating tonight. I love you guys. We'll be back live on Sunday. So enjoy the weekend. Hasta la próxima. Adios, everyone.
Adios.
When I feel the sound of music vibrating in me, I take hold of the energy and ride the frequency. My soul makes the melody of my life, so I must sing. Every tune that comes through me brings balance to my being. I have the power to change the direction in me through sound. I have the power to change the direction in me through my mind. I am creation, I am animation, I am the brightest vibrant star in all of the constellations. I am Zip, Pepper, Sass, Punch, Bounce, Moxie, Mojo, whatever you call it. I am Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, Ajay, Ajay. 13 Ajay, Ajay, Ajay. 13 Ajay. Ajay, Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. 13 Ajay, Ajay, Ajay. 13 Ajay. Ajay, Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. 13 Ajay, 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 Ajay.